Hello, cookbook friends, and welcome to Cookbook Divas. Let me just welcome you all. Welcome to Cookbook Divas. What have you been cooking lately? We are going to be on Amazon Live today. I wanted to showcase some of the cookbooks that I got from the library. I'm really excited. Unfortunately, I'm sad because one of them I cannot find on Amazon. It comes in a pair and it's only on Kindle, and it was like, it's a cool book because it was a hot pot cookbook, which is super fun during the wintertime. So let's look at some of the other ones that I have on my list today. Real quick, I got to post my question. How has everybody's 2024 been lately? I'd love to hear from you. Make sure to comment down in the messages below and let me know. And what cookbooks have you been looking through lately? That would be a really fun one to talk about too, because there's a ton of great cookbooks out there. Alrighty, so let's look, or first of all, before we begin today, let me just tell you, all of my tech gear is in the very front of the carousel on Amazon Live. So if you are curious about anything we use, first is the Elgato face cam. That is $150, by the way. So if you like live streaming or doing any sort of video, getting a nice camera is really cool. You don't have to, but it's a cool thing to have. A ring light is really awesome as well. I have a ring light where you can actually attach your phone to it, and it's got different color settings. It's really nice. And then, of course, the other one I do have is the Logitech Blue Yeti. It's adjustable. You can use it for groups, solo recordings. It's really, really high quality. And it right now is $9.99, so 23% off. So if you do have any questions about any of this tech stuff that we've got in the very front of our carousel, make sure to let me know in the comments. I'm happy to answer questions. All right. So the first book I want to talk about is Masala. This is right now 44% off, so $19.59. I got this from the library. I am always looking for Indian cookbooks personally, so I like to learn about it. I tried to dabble in it, but for some reason I always just get takeout. So I am really trying to start cooking more Indian food. Mediterranean food is another one. I don't know why I've like nailed like East Asian recipes for the most part, but for some reason, like the southwestern region of Asia and the Mediterranean, I don't know why. I just suck with that. So anyway, we have India, masala. Here we go. So I will give you a close-up. Let me scooch a little bit. $19.59 for this fairly hefty cookbook. I don't know when this was published. It's by 10 Speed Press. Let me just quickly see. I'm not going to find it quickly. So let's just look at what this cookbook has available. Just a quick flip through real fast. I'll go through this in more detail. Don't worry. There are some photos, but I am seeing a lot of text as well. So we begin with like pancakes, eggs, seafood, vegetables, legumes, condiments, breads, drinks, desserts. Here we have everything listed, including the page numbers, which is really handy. We've got a great introduction here. Let loose, just cook. That's actually a really important message. That's probably what I need to do with, like, for some reason, I think I need it to make it perfect, everything. So that's a great message. Hold on. I need to drink some water. All right. So now let's look at this cookbook. Here we go. Great introduction. Lots of tips, tricks, understanding how Indian food is prepared, including Ayurvedic perspective, which is really cool. I don't think this is an Ayurvedic cookbook specifically, but those methods are usually incorporated in a lot of Indian cooking. It's our great, our salt, fat, heat, sweet, all of those things, but Ayurvedic messages too. So let's look at some of these. Sourcing spices. This is a cool thing if you are unfamiliar, like for instance, curry leaves. I don't think I've actually cooked with those before. So I need to read through this. Let's look at the actual recipes first. Oh, let's get to the beginning here. There's a lot of great, you can make a lot of the fundamentals, the basic stuff like ghee. a lot of garam or marsalas, etc. So here we go. Dosas. I've only made a dosa one time. It was so much fun. It's basically like it's a crepe, essentially. So here we have our list of ingredients. These are all in US measurements. We also have references to other recipes. So this requires ghee, which you can prepare yourself, or you can buy it at the store. But honestly, prepare it yourself. It's really easy and a lot cheaper than, an $8 jar of ghee. It's ridiculous. Step-by-step photos on making dosas. And of course, a breakdown. Here we have herb masala dosa. So now we start building on those fundamentals, adding more flavor, different ingredients from the basic dosa to more. So here now we can even stuff the dosas. This is an avocado mushroom chilla. I hope I said that correctly. I am trying. Let's see. Sorry. I think we're dealing with some allergies or maybe something. I don't know. The cold is doing something. I love the photography here. It's really beautiful. So it says chickpea flour, coriander seeds. The reason why I'm reading through this is to see if it has any dietary restriction notations on the book itself, or if you do have to read through everything. Sometimes the cookbook makes it really easy for me. I'm pretty lazy, so I like to look through and see, is there a GF on the recipe itself? So this one you have to read through if you do have any dietary restrictions, and then you would have to find your own substitutes as well. So here we have chutneys, chaat, different sauces, things you can have and make. Unfortunately, this picture showcases a lot of these sauces, which is awesome, but I wish that they labeled it. You could probably guess, like this looks like a mint to me, tamarind, that's a tamarind chutney. But if you were unfamiliar with like Indian cuisine or Indian cooking, this might be something that you're like, I don't know which one is which. Anyway, moving forward, this is samosas. Holy cow. I know so many people who are like, I really want to make samosas. Now you can. There's some cool, very basic step-by-step photos here, which is very helpful. Here we have a black chana salad. That looks really yummy. I'll try to give you guys a closer view of some of these pictures. This is a masala popcorn. That would be yummy. Very different flavor profile. Moving on, jackfruit masala. Yum. Want to learn how to use more jackfruit in my cooking. This is something I've never seen before. It's called undaya. I don't think I said that correctly. I tried. It looks yummy. All kinds of stuff in there. Dal soup. But one I've noticed, it's not like dal. This one is a different kind. It's like definitely more soupy than the stuff that I like, just dal itself. This is a tomato rosam. Beautiful. Mushroom bean stew. I had like a decent sized lunch, and I purposefully did this live stream after lunch because I knew I'd get hungry, and it doesn't matter. I'm still hungry. Let's move on to some more things. We have a patra fish. That looks amazing. I love all of those seasonings. We have oxtail nihari. So one thing I am noticing, a lot of these dishes I am not familiar with, but funny, this is a butter chicken recipe. I think a lot of people, when they think of Indian food, butter chicken is usually, at least here in America, that tends to be like the first thing that people think of. I love Rogan Josh a lot, or Josh. Super yummy. It's one of my favorites. I love the flavor. This is a beja masala on toast. So honestly, I have to say, like it's a list of ingredients, like how many ingredients, it's not too much. And a lot of these are available for most of us. I highly recommend checking out, if you do have any availability, to check out like an Indian spice store. It's one of my favorites. Plus, spices just in general seem to be a lot more affordable and just better over there. So definitely check that out. We've got some great grain recipes, and I want to see if we have any desserts. Oh, we have masala chai, yummy. So good. That's something I've been wanting to do. And lassi, another one that I've been dying to make myself. And it's not that difficult, apparently. Honey lime soda you can make. All right, let's see if I can find one more photo here. These are these indica cookies. Super pretty. So check out Masala. It's a really cool cookbook. I like a lot of the information here. There's a ton. If you are unfamiliar with Indian cooking and you want to learn more like myself, it's a cool book to read through. Lots of information in the forefront, like basically all the way up to here. Lots of information about different spices and ingredients and tools that you'll want to use to make some amazing Indian food. So Masala, super cool. Check that one out. All right. Sorry, I have to unlock my phone. Let's check out our next cookbook. This is one that I use all the time. It's really popular. This is by Jet Tila. This is 101 dishes, Asian dishes you need to cook before you die. And I need some water again. I apologize. Okay, so here, 101 Asian dishes you need to cook before you die. You can actually kind of see, like, I've used this book so much, it's kind of falling apart. The spine, I've had it for, I've had it for like 7-8 years now. For me, it's an older book. Hello, MD. Thank you for commenting over on Facebook. Nice to see you. Thank you for dropping a comment. For those of you that are watching, make sure to also drop a comment. I'd love to hear from you. What are you cooking lately? I know 2024, some people like to change their diet or like to just experiment a little bit more or open themselves up to like some different kinds of cooking or styles. So let us know what you've been cooking or cookbooks that have been intriguing to you. All right, so this is my favorite cookbook. I've been cooking out of it for probably around 8 years. I've probably cooked almost everything out of here, so I can tell you if it's good or not. I think I maybe had one recipe in here where I kind of tweaked it a little bit, and it was really good, but it was like I needed to tweak it, if that makes sense. It wasn't like a bad dish, but I could make it better, if that makes sense. Anyway, so we have spicy basil beef. It's good. One thing that I love about Jet Tila in particular is I love the tips. And he likes to consider the fact that not everybody has access to some ingredients out there for East Asian cooking or Southeast Asian cooking in particular. And I really appreciate that because, I mean, yeah, a lot of ingredients can be really hard to find, or being able to, he's very knowledgeable in giving us substitutes, which is perfect. And also to prepare ahead or how to store safely. So those are all tips that he gives. And I just like, honestly, I like the language. Some people have been like, it's crude, it's crass, but it's just, he's just really down to earth. And he's like, this is what it is, you know, and I like it. Anyway, we have yang chow fried rice. Yummy. One thing that isn't in here, by the way, are notations, whether it's gluten-free or vegan, or vegetarian, that sort of thing. So you do need to read through everything and get the substitution, the particular substitutes you might need. And I've cooked a lot of these things. Like I've made things that are, you know, have meat in it, either be vegetarian or vegan before. I've done everything gluten-free. So there are substitutes for everything in here. But you have to kind of do the research yourself. All right, as you can see, I've cooked this dish a lot. This is one of my favorite dishes. I cook like once a year because it's very elaborate, but it's so good. And you use this particular recipe, the ribs itself, the braised short ribs, you can use it in multiple recipes. So it's very good. Yes, MD, please shoot me a question. Let me know what you are thinking, because I am here on live. So there you go. Here's some step-by-step photos for actually preparing your own pad thai. I know almost everybody that goes to Thai food with me is always like, I wished I could just make pad thai myself. And you can. And his recipe is really, really good. I highly recommend it. I still fail. It's like pancakes. I feel like once I get it, I'll finally get it, but I haven't made it enough to where I'm like, I just intuitively get it. I don't know. It's the noodles for me. Different brands are just, they cook differently. It's really frustrating. Anyway, we have a Penang chicken curry. Another thing that Jet Tila does that's really great is he encourages us, we don't need to make everything necessarily from scratch, and he tells us where to actually utilize those shortcuts. So Penang curry is one of those options, and this is awesome curry. I actually rarely go out to get curry now because it's easy to make at home. Red miso soup with tofu. I'll go a little faster. I'm sorry. I just love this cookbook. It is my favorite one. We have a papaya salad. Sometimes there are step-by-step photos. You saw that with pad thai. Sorry. Tofu salad with tangy sesame dressing. Yum. Dim sum drum dumpling. So shumai or sumai. This one I would love to make. I still need to figure out how to make a gluten-free dumpling wrapper. Oh, MD. After my life is over, I will talk about it. Oh, what? We don't need to be like that here, do we? I have plenty of life left. I don't know. Okay, so next thing, we do have desserts here, which is really nice. So coconut sticky rice with mango, classic, delicious. I love it. And here's the best part. So the stocks and staples and building blocks in the very back are essential. And honestly, like they have elevated just my cooking so much. So like whenever I make a tomka soup, for instance, which is like very basic, like the coconut soup that everybody loves, coconut milk soup at Thai restaurants. Anyway, the Thai chicken stock has made this dish so like just substantially better. And that goes for like getting a dashi stock, and you can actually use dashi stock for like okonomiyaki and stuff like that. So it's a lot of good information in here. You can freeze these as well, so you can use them for the next time you cook something. The Chinese chicken soup stock has elevated like my hot and sour soup, or even the egg drop soup so much. Like it's not boring, it's delicious. So check it out. It is like my favorite cookbook ever. If you love Asian food and you want to just make it at home and you want to make it good, this is the cookbook you need. Just hands down. No regrets on this cookbook. I will check my inbox after the live. Thank you for DMing us for sure. If you have any questions that are more like that, yeah, DM us. Okay, thank you, Stephanie. I'm glad you guys enjoy our videos. We're trying to live stream more. It's hard sometimes. So anyway, if there are cookbooks that you like and you're watching over on Facebook or on YouTube, you can jump over to our Amazon Live channel. That is listed down here, the amazon.com/live/cookbookdivas. Then you can actually see a carousel with all of our products, and you can click it. If that's something that you really like, you're like, oh man, I want that cookbook. That's the easiest place right now. We're trying to experiment with different live stream software right now, so it might change. But right now it's Amazon. All right, so the next thing I want to share with you today is another cookbook that, let me find it. This one's interesting. So I've never had a sweet Vietnamese pastry before, because I guess I think I made the wrong assumption that it would be either like lots of, not really bakes, like I'm thinking more custards and stuff like that, or it's very French inspired. So I'm excited because I've actually really never seen a Vietnamese bake before, except maybe the cream puffs that they give you at like pho restaurants sometimes. I'm excited to check this out. So this is an entire, it says a dessert lovers tour of Southeast Asia. So I'm wondering if there's more than just Vietnamese bakes. I haven't looked through it yet, so we're looking through it together. Here we go. So we have traditional desserts, traditional cakes, pretty and elegant sweets. That's cool. And that's it. So, and we do have a list of all of the dishes you will find with the page numbers here, just so you can see it clearly. Oh my gosh, look at these guys. They're adorable. They're like little rabbit oh no, they're bears. They're bears. That's cute. Okay, so here's what, it's not a big cookbook, by the way. So if you do live in a smaller space, and if you want to check this out, or if you are a baker and you want to just like experiment with different kinds of baked goods, you can get this, and it's not going to take up a lot of space on your bookshelf. I try to keep that in mind because like I don't have that much space either, and I can't just have every cookbook in the land, even though I'd love to. So I do try to be really particular about my cookbooks. Anyway, this one doesn't take up a ton of space. Here is what this looks like. Let me try to get a better. So you can see lots of photography in here, which is fantastic. It's vibrant, very, very pretty, crisp and clean cookbook. So here, oh my God. Okay, I'm really excited. I saw pandan and I'm like, oh, okay. So we have a pandan and mung bean layer cake, or it's also called pig skin cake. I can see why. Maybe that's not the most appealing name, but hey, it's fine. So here we have a description of what this dish is, where it comes from. I believe this is all Vietnamese, but I could be wrong. They might actually put, you know, like some Thai dishes in here, maybe a few Japanese dishes too, or Korean, Filipino. Anyway, here is our actual directions. And then here's our list of ingredients you might need. Let me just read this super fast. So this is US measurements and in metric, which is nice. So sometimes, especially if you do like gluten-free cooking, sometimes it's easier to actually do if you weigh your ingredients out. So you can do both. And then one thing that's also really cool is there are step-by-step photos. This looks like a layered crepe almost, but you kind of, I don't know, it's like they flip it back and forth. Like you pour batter on the bottom and then you pour some on the top and then you flip it, if that makes sense. Kind of cool. I mean, and then you get this result, which is wild, right? So this one's a little more difficult, but it's beautiful. All right, so we also have a baked cassava cake. This is also very stunning, as you can see. Thank you, comedy comment. That means a lot to me. Here we have a steamed banana cake. This looks very yummy. So for those of you that have been commenting, let me know what kind of cookbooks you guys have been actually looking through this year. Is there anything you're excited for in 2024? I feel guilty because I need to actually do a lot more cookbook research this year. I know there's going to be some really good ones out. I think I not accidentally, but I somehow got ahead of the curve and was able to pick up a book that came out this month. I don't know how. So I'm really excited. These are mung bean moon cakes. So a lot of people might be really familiar with the Chinese version of moon cakes, but the Vietnamese also have their version. I know, I'm pretty sure Japanese have their own version too. They might be similar, but I bet you there are some fundamental differences. We have coconut filling snow skin moon cakes. Ooh, whoa, holy moly. I know it's hard to see, but there's texture. That's cool. Okay, here's some traditional desserts. That looks amazing. This is a mixed fruit and coconut milk dessert. It's a dessert that originated in Thailand, but has been adapted in to suit Vietnamese like ingredients and just their own version of it, which is cool. So you can actually mix this up. Maybe you can make your own version. That'd be really fun to do. Here, ooh, refreshing herbal dessert drink. What? That's perfect. I think that would be awesome. And it looks really cool. That's kind of a showstopper, even though it's just a drink. We have the rainbow dessert. Just really simple. And again, you can mix and match if you really wanted to. I don't think even here where we live in Seattle, I've not seen pandan leaves. So I think there are some ingredients in this cookbook that, I mean, obviously are not necessarily accessible for everybody. And I'm wondering if you can mix and match or even order it on Amazon, if it's a possibility, like Amazon Fresh or something. I've never actually done that, but I should try it sometime. We have a 3-color dessert. Beautiful. Here are some cakes. This is a no-bake passion fruit cheesecake. Super pretty. And then we also have here, coconut jelly with coconut pearls dessert. Yum. That's awesome. So make sure, hold on a second. Oh God, Amazon makes everything so difficult. I hate it. Anyway, so this is a really cool cookbook with a lot of photos and step-by-step photos as well, which is really awesome and helpful. So check out Sweet Vietnamese Bakes. Oh, Sweet Pea, you know why. That's cute. Hold on a second. I hate modding myself. It's the worst. Okay, anyway. So moving on. This one's really cool. Sweet Vietnamese Bakes. I like it. I'm going to try to experiment with this because even though it's a lot of bakes, they use like rice flour, tapioca flour. So I have celiac and I can't eat regular flour. This will be actually very, very helpful. All right, moving on. So I'm going to show you another cookbook that I've used a lot. And this is one that I think a lot of people will probably be using right now. Where did it go? It's Plant Over Processed. So this is so I would say this is a really helpful book for if you are looking to do or expand your vegan or plant-based recipes, and they kind of give you a reason why certain ingredients are used over others. And I would say the flavors, as far as like if you were trying to find replacements for, like a peanut sauce usually has fish sauce in it. She's done a really good job creating cool vegan replacements, but also just vegan recipes, just originals. This one also I have used so many times, it's falling apart. So bear with me here. I have made so many of these bowls, but let's break this down. I haven't actually looked at this cookbook in a little bit, like in detail, because there's a few of these that I cook all the time and now I've memorized it. So here's our table of contents. Our author lives in Hawaii, so there's a lot of these beautiful, vibrant photos throughout, which is fantastic. And I really enjoy it. We have a plant over processed lifestyle, what that means. So if you are interested in that, you can read through, which is really helpful. This book is $15.95, by the way. So it is 41% off. She goes through everything in vast amounts of detail, so you can be more informed about each ingredient, which is really helpful. All right, so you can actually do a 30-day plant over process challenge. I think I did attempt to do that, and I'm pretty sure I either made it pretty close or I didn't make it. I can't remember. January is a horrible month to do anything like this because we've got 3 birthdays every weekend in a row. So it's kind of, I don't know, it's hard to do it. So here we have your plant-based pantry in the very beginning, and she breaks it down really, really nice, and it's kind of by color, so it's aesthetically pleasing. You get to learn about everything in detail, different fruits and seeds and all sorts of stuff. So let's move to the actual dishes here. She starts with breakfast and she begins with like smoothies or kind of drinks. So she has this apple pie shake, which is quite good. I've had pretty much everything in this cookbook. This is a salted caramel vanilla smoothie. So admittedly, I have made some of these like smoothies in particular, and some of them, they just weren't like, they tasted really good and they're basically a milkshake, but they weren't super filling. These were incredibly filling. So these are like smoothie bowls. You can make your own granola, but here's how you make like the OG acai bowl. You can kind of mix and match and do whatever you want and add whatever you want into it, which is nice. But she gives you a pretty easy guide to follow if you've never done any plant-based anything. You can make your own granola, and this granola is quite good, I have to say. And how much you make, it's well worth actually making your own granola versus buying it at the store. I guarantee you. And the more you make it, the faster you will get. And you'll save so much money doing that. This is this is the page that I'm missing. This is a baby chino. It was very good. It's perfect for this time of year. We also have, clearly this is a recipe we make all the time. This is the Bali Earth Bowl. Very yummy. And we've made it with so many different ingredients, different things, but just kept with some of the foundational bits of it. There's a terry poke bowl. But again, this is plant-based, so it's not actually, no fish is actually in here. Sweet potato Caesar burritos. We have some main dishes as well. So spaghetti with simple garlic, basil, tomato sauce, and macadamia parmesan. I never thought about using macadamia nuts as kind of like a cheese substitute, and it kind of works. I'm not going to say it's like cheese because it's not. But if you need the essence of it, it might help. Here we have Hug Me lentil soup. This is very good. Another one that is really, really tasty is this golden healing power soup. It's really yummy. So next we have two, like you can have, instead of mains and your Bali bowls, your big salad bowls for lunch, there's different sides you can make. So these are sweet potatoes, curried chickpea croutons. Those things you can actually incorporate into some of the other main dishes or add to them, which is really nice. Next, we have nacho everyday cheese sauce. So this is the one thing I have, just being transparent here. I just am not a huge fan of trying to replace cheese with non-cheese. It just doesn't work. I just flat out. I've never had it work. I've never had one be successful or taste the same. And I don't think it should be expected. This tastes good, but I would never advertise it as this is cheese because it's just not. So it's fine. It's tasty. It's an interesting dip. But she has a ton of great dressings that you can use, that you can add to all of the different bowls and salads. And you can even create your own stuff. She encourages us to make our own recipes from here, or mix and match and add. She even has some plant-based desserts, some fundamentals, so chocolate sauce. So a lot of like milk chocolate has milk in it, salted caramel sauce. But here we have different ice creams. These are avocado fudgies or fudgesicles. Yum. These are called hippies. And lastly, Grandma's Apple Crisp gone vegan, which is very good. So check this one out. If you are trying to go more plant-based and you're looking for a really good, fun cookbook with really delicious recipes, I highly recommend this one. It makes plant-based just really nice and delicious and fun, and I don't know, I really enjoy it. And there's a lot of unique recipes in here too, and it doesn't necessarily try to replace some of the stuff. It just provides some new insights and unique dishes. So this is Plant Over Processed. This is by Andrea Hanneman. She goes by Earthy Andy, so you can find more of her stuff online. Next on the list today, let me find it. I need to put this one away. We're going to talk about the video game chef because I love video games. So this one is interesting. It's a great gift option. This actually did come out before Christmas. Hold on a second. And it's 32% off. It's fun. I really like this one. There's no food photography. They're all illustrated, but it's still, it gets the point across. So here is what this looks like. You can see these are all like cartoony, fun dishes that are very reminiscent of the game that they're trying to present here. So one thing that's cool about this cookbook is it's divided into year. So if you are looking for a particular game from like the early 2000s, there's a chapter for that. So here it's all listed out. 80s, 90s, early 2000s, 2010, 2015, and then 2016 to present. So we even have a kitchen inventory. This is great if you've got college kids who are wanting to cook more, you know, at the dorm or wherever. Maybe they share an apartment with somebody and they love video games. This would be really fun. Here we have Yoshi's cookies. Aren't they cute? You can do a whole variety of different cookies. We also have, this is a trash can chicken. This is from Streets of Rage 2. Just a chicken, but you can see all of the Streets of Rage stuff in the very, very back. If you are a fan of a particular game, you're going to notice a few little highlights for each illustration, which is really cute. Level 8 Flamin' Yawnin' Eggs. I never played Earthworm Jim, but maybe you did. This looks tasty regardless. This is a mana potion from Diablo, of course. I wonder, so what's in here? This is actually an alcoholic drink. So it has blue curacao. We have some rum, etc. I mean, that sounds like a great mana potion. If that's how mana potions work. So we even have in the very top, beginner level, how much it actually serves, which is handy. Different ways to modify everything. So maybe you do need a gluten-free or vegan substitute, or maybe you don't have blue curacao. How can you make it blue? There's a ton of cool information throughout here, different hints, ways of making it easier on yourself. Because as gamers, that's kind of, well, for some of us like to just be stubborn and, you know, take forever and do these things the right way. Anyway. So we have a ration from Metal Gear Solid. Boop. Cute. Then we have early 2000s. Grilled cheese from The Sims. If you know The Sims, you know what this means. You've actually got like 3 points in cooking. Good for you. Then we have, let's see, Spaghetti Neapolitan from Cooking Mama. That's a game that I wished I played. I never played Cooking Mama when it came out. I really should have. We have Blanc Mange from Odin Sphere, a game I have not played either. Looks beautiful. This is Greasy Prospector Pork and Beans from Fallout 3. Do you remember this? I vaguely remember this. Some of these dishes are actually featured in these games. Some of them are inspirations, or they're inspired by the game. Maybe they would have been mentioned in the game, and like just literally one sentence in the entire game is like, oh, I really like this. There is like chili cheese dogs from like Sonic the Hedgehog, that sort of thing. This is Elsewhere Fondue from Skyrim. This is on the next page here. That looks good. I would have that. Skyrim doesn't look so bad now with fondue. So fancy. And then lastly, I will show you, actually, let's do a more contemporary game. So, no, we have a Bunny Dongo. This is from Monster Hunter Rise 2021. I love Monster Hunter. Great, great game. So check this out. This is a fun cookbook. It's the Video Game Chef. It's really cute. If you do know people that love cooking and video games, this would be a really great addition for them, a great gift. So keep this on your wish list too if this is something that interests you. Alrighty. So next on the list today is Kung Food. This one I have been waiting for a while, so I'm really excited to actually check it out. Hold on a second. I need to find it on this list, this massive list. All right. Kung Food. It's by John Kung. I'm pretty sure, oh, man, I'm trying to remember where I know John from. Social media, I think. I'm pretty sure that's where I ran into his videos first. So let's check this out. We have, you can barely see it, but on the actual paper here, there's color indicators for every chapter, which is kind of nice so you can quickly flip to wherever you need. So here's the beginning table of contents first. I also need to figure out how long I've been doing this. Here we have pantry, broths, egg, snacks, slow cooking, noodles, rice, etc. I'm super excited to check this out. Like, a lot of these dishes look really awesome. Let me flip through this super fast so you can see. Lots of awesome food photography for sure. But there's a lot of text as well. So read through, make sure you understand the ingredients. There's a lot of great staples here to get you started, a lot of fundamentals to start out with, like this Szechuan spiced maple syrup. That sounds tasty. Here is our list of ingredients, directions. We even have here, it says clockwise from top left. So it actually tells you exactly what everything is and where to find it, the page numbers. So if you wanted this garlic honey, you can find it. So that's really, really helpful. Here is our, I said the instructions, but we also get a description of each dish as well. So very, very cool and handy. Hold on a second. All right, we also have here shredded chicken breast and 3 chicken salads. What? I love the photography. It's beautiful. Asian chicken salad. So maybe this is a part of the different chicken salads. I've never needed a chicken salad so many times. Wood ear or black fungus mushroom salad. Holy cow, that looks magical. That looks like out of this world. It's so cool. Here we have pau française. So everything, this is kind of like a fusion, I'm noticing, but very clearly Asian inspired. Like, it's very Asian heavy, but there's some fusion dishes in here, which is cool. Hong Kong borscht, great example. That looks delightful. Lion's head meatball soup. I don't see any broth in here. Am I blind? Here we have a noodles and dumplings chapter, which I'm excited about. I love noodles. Jerk chow mein. So I'm thinking it's like jerk seasoning and chow mein noodles. That would be really yummy. Dan Dan noodles with egg. So I hope there's a picture. Oh, man. Wow. That is stunning. Okay, moving on. We have different forms of the noodle. I've never seen these guys before. Yum. Everything looks perfect. I guess it could have been a dumpling. This is the, oh, it's shrimp and pork lumpia with an avocado salsa. That looks phenomenal. I want that. Rice and congee. Let's get some photos. We have clay pot rice or tadig. I believe this is a Persian thing. I don't want to be mistaken though. Yes. Oh man, look at me. I'm educated, kind of. Here we have, oh, just a picture of peppers. Let's move on. I need to find an actual pic. Oh, wow. Yum. That looks great. This is a Parmesan curry egg fried rice. Okay. This is evil, like in the best way possible. Parmesan and curry is actually a fantastic combination. We also have this nasi goreng. I don't think I've heard of this before. It's a Chinese dish, maybe? I don't know. Here's some more beautiful congee. I think that's how you pronounce it, congee. I don't think it's congee. Anyway, here we have a list of each one and the page number so you can get the recipes. personally, I love it when cookbooks do this. They save paper, and I love that they label everything, and it displays like all the different variations of how you can utilize the same kind of dish and be creative. You can make your own mixes if you really wanted to, put kind of whatever you want and experiment yourself, because it doesn't always have to be perfect. It just has to be good. All right, so here we have different stir fries. This looks fantastic. Moving on, this is a chipotle mango sweet and sour pork. Man, mango would totally elevate this. Mongolian beef pitas with tom. Oh my God. This is so good. And oh no. I need to make this. I'm sorry. I just have to make it. I'm really excited about it. This is a beautiful photo, not of the food, but it just is. This would be a Szechuan paneer with Mexican chilies. Oh man. Here it actually is. So I like that we get the peppers, but then here's our end result with the paneer. Beautiful table setting. So as you can tell, this definitely is a fusion Asian cookbook, but Asian is flavors are the forefront for everything. And I love that. This is Hong Kong chicken waffles. This is fantastic. So definitely check this out. Dan lasagna. This book is evil. Oh God. I'm so I'm upset in a good way. This is Kung Food. This looks fantastic. I am excited to cook out of this. Really, I've been trying to do plant-based, but I might have to wait. See, this is why I struggle with plant-based, because I'm I can do Mongolian beef with tom and pitas. That would be amazing. Anyway, Kung Food, amazing. Hello, Richard. It's been such a long time. Thank you for stopping by today. My throat is... I hope I'm not getting sick. All right. And thank you so much for all of the hearts. I appreciate it. That means a lot, Richard. How was your holiday weekend? I don't think I've actually seen you since then. I'd love to hear about how your holidays went, New Year's, and I hope your 2024 has been going pretty well too. All right. So next on our list today, too many electronics going on. We have, let me find it. So this is somebody I have to admit I'm not familiar with, but I've seen this in a lot of places. It is simply Simon Suppers. I hate that alliteration a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I could see why he did it, but stop. So simply Simon Suppers. Let's look at it together. I have not opened this cookbook yet, so this is a first for me and you, by the way. So this one is $26.03. It's originally $35 right now. Holy cow, there's a lot of photos in here. I'm digging that. There's a lot of food photography. That's pretty awesome. It's very primarily this. This kind of reminds me of Molly Baz's colors that she has for her cookbooks, but at least in this one you can read the text. I'm not bitter or anything like that. So here we have our table of contents. Everything is listed out, and it does have our page number on there as well. Oh, Richard. Okay, what did he say? It went great. Went to Sacramento area to visit family. That's awesome. Did you guys go for the whole holiday week, essentially? Our holidays were pretty low key, which was honestly kind of what we needed this year. So it was perfect. All right. So here is our beginning. We have a citrus salad. This is how we're beginning. Yes. This looks beautiful. And I really wish that I had this cookbook when I had a literal box of oranges. I attempted a marmalade and it failed. I'm very upset about it. Here is a beautiful table setting. And this is why I'm bummed. So this is literally to display the pita bread, which is on the next page. But then it doesn't showcase what else there is in this entire table. I want to know what that is. So that's why they need to do that. Anyway, so the pita bread. Oh, wait. Oh, Did I speak too soon and I was just being mean? I was. Okay, so here's this huge table setting. And then we have everything. Okay, this is exactly what I want. Sorry, I'm being so snotty. Here we have braised lamb shanks, herby couscous, and olive and orange relish. That's all on that previous picture here. We also have the, oh my gosh, hummus with spiced beef and pine nuts, shaved asparagus salad, and pita bread. All of those were featured in this photo here, which is awesome. So we actually get this whole table setting. This is a pan roasted pork chop and onion gravy with shaved spring onion salad. Yum. Yes, I try to be, I don't know. I think I've become a little bitter. Maybe 2024 is my bitter year. I'm a bitter person. Okay, so I don't know what this is. Oh, chicken cacciatore with classic risotto and pea greens Caesar. Okay, so this guy has literally done everything I would love in a cookbook. So he gives us like this really amazing table setting for some of these dishes. And then in the following pages, there are the actual recipes. Richard, you don't know me well enough to know if I'm snotty or not, but I did just tell you I was. So you're just going to have to believe me, I suppose. Okay, so this, I don't know what it is yet, but it looks delicious. This is a manicotti stuffed with spinach, ricotta, and snap pea salad. I believe the snap pea salad, yeah, is the next page. This is a really intuitive book. I like it. I'm sorry for being so mean originally. Braised beef stew with smashed peas, grilled red onion salad. So you can get a whole idea of how you can actually present an entire meal for your family, for weekends or weekdays. You can decide to cut some of the recipes out. You don't have to make everything in here. It's almost like a feasts cookbook, I guess. Like it just presents like an entire feast, and you can have everything or not if you would like. And I kind of like that. This is a smoked pulled pork with Liz's biscuits, cabbage and carrot slaw. Perfect for summertime. That would be amazing. So this is how everything kind of comes together in this beautiful dish. I like that. This is grilled scallops, and then there's charred cauliflower steaks and a gremolata, which everything looks very good. So I think every dish technically does have a photo associated with it, which is amazing and kind of rare. This looks beautiful. That'd be an amazing meal to have on a weekday. That's a grilled chicken pilard and a charred broccoli rabe with grilled onions. Thank you so much, Richard. Yes, if you are watching over on Amazon, make sure to give me a follow. And you can on vice versa. So if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, come over to our Amazon Live channel. You can see all of our products there. Give us a follow. You'll be notified anytime we do go live and showcase all of our Amazon products. And if you are on Amazon Live, come join us over on our other socials at Cookbook Divas here. We have Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, our website, of course, and YouTube. Lots of things. I have to remember them all. All right, so moving on, let's show you the Marsala and mushroom pasta bake with shaved Brussels sprout salad. That looks really tasty. Stovetop mac and cheese, and then a bitter green salad. You have to have your greens if you're going to eat mac and cheese. This, looks delicious. Okay, I'll flip a little forward. I'm lingering. So you can kind of see everything in this entire cookbook. This looks beautiful. This looks perfect for families. You can mix and match things. It gives you different, I guess, vibes of different meals. If you're feeling like right now is definitely comfort food mood for us. So I'd be all over this chapter. There are no substitutes or vegan / gluten-free or vegetarian notations on the book itself, just so you're aware. But you can probably, if you are familiar with that kind of cooking, you could probably substitute a lot of these fairly easily. But yes, these are, Richard, these are really awesome photos. I think I've not seen a cookbook with so many photos and like in a applicable way. Like a lot of people will just have the plate of chicken, and it's like, okay, well, what if I want more than just the plate of chicken? So it gives you some options here, ideas of feasting. We also have a dessert section. I have to look at it. This is a ricotta cornmeal pound cake with it looks like a cherry compote or something. Berry balsamic crisp. Wow. This is a baklava recipe you can make yourself. And lastly, Pabst pretzel crust cheesecake squares. Yummy. So check this out. I actually hadn't heard of this person before, and apparently I'm a fan. This is Simply Simon Supper's alliteration galore, but I really dig it. So there's over 165 recipes in this cookbook. I would say if you do have a family and you want to figure out the best way to organize and shop for food, this would be a really helpful cookbook. It provides a whole feast and table setting for you. All right. So let me see what the time is today. Oh no, we can go through one more cookbook. Oh, let's go through the Witcher Cookbook. So sorry, we have to. This is a cool cookbook. We'll go through it pretty fast. So this one just came out. I think it was like November, but it's taken a really long time for me to get my hands on this one. Understandably, it's The Witcher. So let me find it in my carousel real fast. Did I not add it? Seriously? Katie? I have to back out. Hold on a second. This will take 2 seconds. We're going to look through the Witcher cookbook because the Witcher, so sorry, Henry Cavill isn't going to be there anymore, but it's fine. But we can still adventure through the food at the same time. And it's 50% off right now. So that's why I wanted to showcase it. So it's their official cookbook. It features food from all over. So if you are familiar with the game itself, it divides everything by a different region. So that's kind of cool. Plus you get additional lore and history if you are a video game nerd like me. It'll be pretty cool. And there's a lot of cool food photography and some really interesting recipes, especially savory dishes. So let's look at it super fast together. 5K likes. I have a feeling you might be the one doing this, Richard. So here we have Kitchen Secrets, a treasure worth sharing. Thank you, by the way. It means a lot. Okay. Chicken sandwiches with Kedweni stout marinade. Something I like about this that is a little different than some of the other gamer or show cookbooks is that there's a lot of savory dishes in here, which is fantastic. So it's got an equal mix of sweet and savory. It doesn't just, it doesn't use desserts as a crutch to have a bunch of cool whimsical recipes, if that makes sense. They've made savory whimsical recipes as well. So let's keep moving. This looks delicious. A mushroom stew. This is a mid-copst Ealdorman's chicken soup with egg noodles. Admittedly, some of these would make it more, if you had cool wood bowls, they would look more fantasy-like. We have leftover potato bread. What is that? Ooh, wow, what is this? A crow's perch game stew with vodka. Holy moly, yum. Next, this is Boris the Troll's hotchpotch zoop. That looks good, actually. Like very colorful, delicious, heartwarming. These are Ladies of the Wood gingerbread cookies. Super pretty. Moving on. Tredegor's cabbage rolls. Yum. Super, super tasty. Whoa, what are these? Hold on. This is a festive sausage stew with potato dumplings. Beautiful. So again, this would be a really awesome gift for somebody if they love The Witcher, they want to explore the cuisine of The Witcher, because there is a lot of food featured there, or at least like you'll go to a tavern and you're like, I wonder what they serve there. Roasted chicken drumsticks. The Chameleon's chilled beetroot soup. Beautiful. Love the coloring. So stunning. We have, oh no, I can't pronounce. I apologize. I'm not even going to try because it'll be embarrassing. Splorlag trapper meat patties. Moving on a little bit more. Wow, what is that? A chocolate souffle with sangria red wine sauce. Beautiful. Pear and wine tart, I think I saw. Yes. That looks stunning. Duchess's duck confit. And then one more. Let's see. We've got these. This is a double veggie ratatouille. Beautiful. So check this out. This is a cool cookbook. This would make a fantastic gift for somebody if they already have the Witcher books and they cook. They have the games. This would be fantastic to add to their collection. Just keep this in mind if you are looking ahead of time. I know Christmas already came and went, but I tend to keep a lookout for gifts anyway, just because. So check this out. It is the Witcher official cookbook. And that finishes up our live stream for today. Thank you so much for those that commented today. Let me know, or make sure to give us a follow, subscribe if you do love cookbooks. Tell your friends about Cookbook Divas if they do also love cooking. And make sure to check out all of our socials here at Cookbook Divas. Thank you so much, Richard, for being awesome. It was wonderful seeing you again, too. And we will see all y'all next time. And have a good weekend. It's not weekend. It's Tuesday. All right.